Okay, well, I'm going to go through Heal These Wounds and break it down. Starting with a demo here. So I started off very simply with this beat. Which I then reamped. I remember sticking it through guitar rig first to see how it sounded, and then moved on to actually reamping it through a Fender amp. And then it kind of sounded dubby to me. I think I used a space echo on it as well. So I did like a dubby bass line. And I liked the vibe of that, except I wasn't particularly mad about the melody of the hook. So I used the piano to change the melody and make it a little bit more better. And then I doubled up that melody with a sampler, an IKS 621. But then I thought, yeah, the whistling maybe can be a vibe. James Last style. With an air tone on that. I had to auto-tune the whistle as well, or melodyne it, some of those notes. I always triple track my vocals, and I definitely triple track the whistle as well. And then we come into the verse. So every time you look around, I think the B has a sort of Peter, Bjorn and John vibe going on, which is Paul Kenny on the drums, but he doesn't really bring that. He's just doing his thing over what I initially had, which is way more the young folk, and with the whistling as well. Yeah, that's definitely like trying to go for that Peter, Bjorn and John. Try and get a few syncs. So then into the verse anyway. Every time you look around, take a little the piano's doing the same melody as the vocal all the time to reinforce it. And I recorded the piano through a Niagara tape machine, and then a bit of delay. Sounds cool. Now the difference between the old demo as well is in the bridge bit. Out of the dark there will come light. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? It's quite insistent, but I thought maybe it'd be better to leave a bit of a gap for a counterpoint. So out of the dark there will come light. And I was totally doing Paul McCartney on the White Album, that song I Will. That was the vibe with this. Out of the dark there will come light. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Out of the night. Yeah, the synths are kind of... The synths and the guitars are supposed to sound epic here, so... It's an acoustic guitar through a load of reverb. And meanwhile, underneath it all, you still have the dubby bass, which is my real bass playing mixed with a Trillion patch from Spectrasonics. Give it that dubness. Then we go into the chorus. The chorus was very simple. I wrote it during COVID, this song, during the COVID times, and I wanted to make something positive for people and me. Then the other notable thing about this track is the middle eight. The original middle eight Sounded exactly like Panda Bear. It's a total rip-off. It's too much of a rip-off of Panda Bear, so I got rid of that. I recorded all the vocals with ribbon microphones. They sound nice and soft. I think I used a Royer 121 for this demo for the vocals, which sounds kind of cool, 1960s. It's nice. I mean, you're not really supposed to use them for vocals as far as I know. They're mainly known as guitar microphones. But I mean, ribbons, I love ribbons. They work well on all sources. I have an AEA one I use for the vocals in the actual track. Did we say in order to grow? The kind of low end you hear on the doos, that's the proximity effect of a ribbon, and I just think it sounds really beautiful. Did we say in order to grow, you've got to let go? And yeah, I changed the middle eight. I don't know, the middle eight went through about... I had a Nagra loop as well, which is not on the stems. I basically reversed a load of vocals and put them through a Nagra loop. Kind of, when I listen to it now, maybe I sort of took out some of the edge. Well, it works in a way, and then it comes back in on the weird. With the whistle hook. Give me that sweet sync money, hopefully, one of these days. The way it comes back in on that third and halfway through a beat, I did that a few times in tracks. Did it on I Was a Man, coming back in, and it's always really weird. It sort of sounds right to me, but whenever we try to convert it for a live, people drummers are like, what the fuck are you doing? Never let a songwriter program drums. So that's Heal These Wounds. I'm going to stick the demo version up for download, and you can download it. It's totally different. That's the track breakdown of Heal These Wounds, the first single from Endless Thread album. The final version sounds great thanks to the mix by David Odlum and the expert master by Sean McAlane, and it looks very nice there with the artwork by M&E. It's nice to be working with them on a new release. And the new album Endless Thread will come out in a month or two, and before that there'll be one or two more releases. And if you're digging these track breakdowns, I'll do another one or two, maybe on the YouTube. Have a lovely day. Talk to you later.